I'm now opening an EPS image and I'll save it as a bitmap. Change that from CMYK to RGB color. And I'll need to flatten the image, so that's layer flatten image. This is all in Photoshop. And save it as a bitmap. Reason is that's one of the images or the file types that opens in Coral Painter. So I'll open the image again now. The main tools I use in Painter are the blender tools. That's because as we did the design in Illustrator, it separated it into shapes of colour, which makes it very easy to blend the colours and create a more painterly effect. Other shortcuts I'll be using are the square brackets between the P key and the Enter key on your keyboard. They make the brush sizes larger and smaller. There's also the arrow keys, which I use once you click in the opacity palette. You can use the arrow keys to create greater or smaller opacity. You'll be doing that a lot because the opacity of your brush needs to be between 20 and 50% depending on what you're working on. For instance, with the face you'll need something of a very low opacity such as 20-25%. With the hair it doesn't matter as much, it can be say 50%. You can see now I'm working on the hair. You'll see slight differences within it. This is obviously going to take quite a bit longer than Illustrator. I would normally spend anything between an hour to 8 hours depending on the design on getting the painting right. But it's well worth it because the end result is going to be a lot more subtle. You see slight changes now to the hair. This is all done with the aid of a Wacom tablet, and those cost between $20 and $50. You can get one on Amazon, and it's a good investment. Once you get used to it, it's very easy to use. You have to do a lot of zooming in as well, which I'm doing here. And just work on each part of the design, and at the end you will see a big difference. Closing in now on the face, which as I say needs to be probably 20 to 25% opacity. Moving around with the aid of the hand tool here. I've really zoomed in, so this is a lot of a larger size than you would see, but nevertheless it's time well spent because the end results will look a lot more subtle. Now here we see on the left the Illustrator design and on the right the finished one. I suggest you blow this up to full screen and you can really see the difference.